Today, I'm going to be showing you guys what is, in my opinion, the #1 best build in NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Before we hop into things though, please like and subscribe. I mean, it's 100% free, it literally takes 5 seconds and helps me out so much. Honestly, I couldn't really pick between the two builds I'm about to show you guys in this video, so I decided just to include both of them. The first one's going to be a big man build, and the second one is going to be a guard build. So starting things off with the big man build, make sure you're on the metric system. This is very, very important for this build. You just won't get these stats. And then for the position, you are going to want to go with center. So moving on to the body settings, this is also very important. Make sure you do exactly what I do. For the height, you're going to want to go 2.12 meters. Also, don't go down and then go back up, or go up and then go back down. Just go straight to 2.12 meters. For the weight, you're going to want to go with 97 kilograms. Same exact thing for the weight, just go straight to 97 kilograms. And then for the wingspan, you're going to want to go with 2.39 meters. All around, the stats on this build are absolutely insane. And normally on the empirical system, you're definitely not able to get this good stats. Starting things off with the finishing attributes. First, for the close shot, you're going to want to bump this up to an 84. For the driving layup, you're going to want this at an 85. For the driving dunk, max this out at an 83. Next, for the standing dunk, you're going to want this at a 90. And for the post control, you're going to want this at an 89. In total, you're going to have 32 finishing badges, which is very, very good. And all around, you're definitely going to be dunking on everyone, especially with standing dunks. And whether you're post scoring or just cutting towards the basket, this build's finishing is going to be very good. Moving on to shooting, you're going to want to max out both your three-pointer and your mid-range. This will give you in total 20 shooting badges, and even though you do have a pretty low three-pointer, this build can definitely shoot very consistently. It's not a build that's going to be making a ton of whites, but as long as you know your jump shot, you're definitely going to be able to shoot very consistently. And then moving on to playmaking, you're going to want to bump up your pass accuracy to an 85. This will give you 13 playmaking badges, but more importantly, you get gold bullet passer, which is definitely very important no matter what build you're on. And then now moving on to defensive / rebounding. First, max out your interior defense at an 88. Max out your perimeter defense, bump up your steal to a 73. Max out your block at a 99, and then bump up your offensive rebound to an 86 and your defense rebound at a 91. This build's defense and rebounding is going to be very good. You're going to get Hall of Fame rim protector, Hall of Fame intimidator, as well as gold brick wall and gold rebound chaser. All around, you're just going to be getting unlimited blocks on this build, and you'll also be able to get passing lane steals, set screens, and also get rebounds. And additionally, unlike those 7'3" builds, this build will also be able to move around very, very well, and at the same time still have a 99 block. And then moving on to the physicals, for the speed, you're going to want this at a 74. For the excel, max this out at a 71. For the strength, max this out at a 58. For the vert, you're going to want this at a 75. And then throw the rest of your ratings onto stamina, you should get a 99. I don't really think I need to explain these physicals too much. You guys can see they're just all around very good. This build in total has 100 badges, which is absolutely insane. And you guys can see it can do literally everything. Its defensive rebounding is going to be top tier, and so is its finishing. It's going to be able to green and shoot pretty consistently. It also will be able to throw outlet passes and dot teammates without getting every single pass stolen. If you do want free throw on this build, first drop your stamina down to a 90, drop your acceleration 1 rating, and drop your speed to a 72. This will give you a 53 free throw. Obviously, you're probably going to want something more than that. And what you can do is drop down your driving dunk to a 79. This will give you a 69 free throw, which is, in my opinion, good enough to hit free throws consistently. And then now moving on to the takeovers. For the first takeover, you honestly have a lot of very, very good options, but I'm going to go with See the Future for the first one. And then for the secondary takeover, I'd recommend going with Stuff Blocks. Overall, I just believe these are the two best big man takeovers on pretty much any build. And then as you guys can see, I built a versatile paint beast, which in my opinion makes a ton of sense as a name. And now moving on to the guard build. So starting things off with the guard build, this is going to be a glitch build, so make sure you guys follow these steps. Also for this first step, make sure you're on the metric system. Starting things off with the position, you're going to want to go with point guard. And then moving on to the body settings. For the height, you're going to want to go with 1.77 meters. For the weight, you're going to want to go with 66 kg and 1.78 meters for the wingspan. Also, the body shape does not matter. You can pretty much go with whatever you want to. For the attributes and takeovers, this also doesn't matter. Pretty much just upgrade this randomly however you would like to. And then as you guys can see, I built a 3-level scorer, which does not matter at all. What you're going to want to do from here is scroll over to where it says edit build, change it back to the imperial empirical system and then pretty much just edit the build you just made. As you guys can see, I'm currently in the process of editing this build. You guys can see it's the same jersey number and everything. Now after this, there's no more additional steps. Everything you guys put onto this player moving forward will affect how your player actually is in game. For the height, I'd recommend going with 6'3". This is overall the best balance between being quick and also having decent defense. For the weight, I'd recommend going with 169 pounds. Again, just like the height, this is the perfect balance between defense and speed. And then for the wingspan, you're going to want to go with 6'9". This will allow you to get a 92 driving dunk, which is very important. Overall, these body settings are definitely the best. They give you so many key attributes, such as an 85 perimeter defense for gold clamps, a 92 speed with ball for a Hall of Fame quick first step, and a 92 driving dunk for elite contact dunks. Now moving on to the attributes, starting things off with the finishing attributes and badges. First, for the driving dunk, you're going to want this at a 92. For the driving layup, you're going to want this at a 73. And then for the close shot, you're going to want this at a 54. In total, you're going to have 20 finishing badges, which is very good. And in addition, you're going to get both the small contact dunk package and the elite contact dunk package, which are both very important. And overall, you're just going to be dunking on everyone. Moving on to shooting, first for the three-pointer, max this out at an 88. And then for the mid-range, you're going to want this at an 81. In total, you're going to have 28 shooting badges, which is very good. And 100%, you're just not going to be missing on this build. And then moving on to playmaking, first for the pass accuracy, you're going to want this at an 85. For the ball handling, you're going to want this at an 87. And go ahead and max out your speed with the ball at a 92. In total, you're going to have 30 playmaking badges, which is very good. And as well, you're getting pretty much every single important playmaking badge on at least gold or higher, as well as Hall of Fame quick first step, which is by far the most important playmaking badge. And then next, moving on to defensive/rebounding badges and attributes. For the perimeter, max this out at an 85. For the steal, you're going to want this at a 90. And then for the block, you're going to want this at a 56. You're going to have in total 19 defensive badges, which is pretty decent. And as well, you're going to get Hall of Fame interceptor and gold clamps. And even though this isn't an insane defensive build, definitely will be able to hold its own on the defensive end in pretty much every single game mode. And then next, finally, for the physicals, for the speed, you're going to want this at an 86. Go ahead and max out your acceleration at a 93. Bump up your vertical to an 85. And then for the stamina, bump this up to a 95. Overall, the physicals on this build are very, very good. You definitely will be able to move around very well. Also, you do have a couple ratings left. You just have to throw it on free throws, so go ahead and do that. In total, this build has 97 badges, which is very, very good. And honestly, can do pretty much everything in this game. Its three-point hunting and playmaking capabilities are absolutely insane. It's going to be dunking on everyone, and also its defense is pretty good. If you do want free throw on this build, what you're going to want to do is drop down your close shot to a 51. Also drop down your stamina to a 93 and drop down your speed to an 85. This will give you a 79 free throw, which is more than good enough. And then moving on to the takeovers. For the first takeover, I decided to go with Limitless Range. And then for the secondary takeover, I also decided to go with Limitless Range. These are by far the best takeovers for point guards. All around with these takeovers, especially with double takeover, you're just not going to be missing from anywhere. And then as you guys can see, I built a two-way three-point playmaker, which is honestly such a cool name and also fits this build very, very well. If you did make it this far into the video and you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. There's a gameplay video of me using a glitch 7'2" build, as well as a dribble tutorial on the screen right now. Like, comment, subscribe, go follow me on Twitter, and I'm out. Peace.